So one of the biggest, most common complaints that I hear when I'm talking to people about doing social media or how they can do social media is, how do you find content to post on Twitter and Facebook and whatever channel you want to use? People get a bit overawed by the idea that they've got to constantly put content out there. But one of the easiest ways to keep your timelines ticking over with relevant content that your followers will love is to curate it from other places. So you're not creating the content yourself, you're just finding content that other people have created and you're sharing that out with your audience. Now, it's a great way of keeping your timelines ticking over, keeping your followers engaged. It also helps you, if you want to, you can use it to link with other influencers who might then reshare your content at a later date. There's loads of really great advantages for following this kind of strategy for keeping content flowing into your social media channels. Now, I'm going to give you 5 ways that we use here at Lobster to curate content for our social media clients. So the first one is what you can see right now, which is Pinterest. Pinterest is a great place to find content because other people are doing exactly the same thing. They are curating content and they're pinning it onto their boards. And you can see this is one of our boards here that has all kinds of social media stuff. Well, this is great. So I can just go straight onto here and I can find relevant content that I can then share out to my followers. So, for example, how to get 10,000 Instagram followers in less than 9 months might be one that I was interested in. So you just click on the link, and then you can see the content there. And when you click on the actual large image itself, it'll go to the actual website where that content was created, and then you can just curate it from there. So literally, all you do is you just copy. Hang on, let's get rid of that. Copy the URL and post that into your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed, or if you're using something like Hootsuite or any of those kind of management systems, and you just schedule it that way. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Flipboard. I'm a huge fan of Flipboard. I think it's a fantastic application. Obviously, there's a website, but there's also a mobile app that you can install. It's great for just following news. I'm a big fan of Welsh rugby, so obviously that's high on my list of things to follow, but there's also all kinds of stuff on here, from movies to social media stuff, and I just use this then, and as I'm doing my there's a few spare hours in the day where you can just sit and have a coffee or whatever, you can just flip through your Flipboard magazines and you can curate content that way. It's a great way. It's really easy to read it, it's really easy to share it. And it's a fantastic source of curated content. Third one is Google Alerts. Google Alerts is something we've used in the past to keep us aware of news that's happening, immediately. Google will scour the internet for certain key phrases, and it will email you then when it gets a hit on those key phrases. So, for example, we've got here things like Facebook marketing, Google Plus marketing, Instagram marketing, LinkedIn marketing, and so on. So I'm looking for anything on Google, on Google News, that's related to Facebook marketing or Google marketing and so on. You can get alerts sent to you daily, or also I think weekly, or as it happens on the hour. So a really good one if you want to stay abreast of all the latest that's going on Google in relation to your key phrases. The fourth one here is StumbleUpon. Lots of people are familiar with StumbleUpon. This is a fantastic tool for just finding random content. You put in, you can select here from the different types of interests. So I've got marketing selected, and you click Stumble, and it's that simple, and it will just randomly pick out an article that's related to your interest. It takes a bit of, you have to just sort of stumble. You can't just browse through a whole load of articles. You have to kind of just stumble along, as they say, and just looking for ones that interest. But as soon as you find the ones that are interested, you can obviously copy and share that into your timelines. Now, the last one I want to talk about is something we've tried out recently. It's brand new, or reasonably new to us anyway. It's a system. It's a website called Q. This is hand-curated content suggestions for social media. So this is actually, there are people behind this service who are actually curating content for you, and it's a completely free service. So you sign up for free, and what you do is you have to have a Buffer account. So if you're not familiar with Buffer, go to bufferapp.com. That's bufferapp.com. Sign up there, and you can create your Buffer. What Buffer does is it just basically allows you to schedule times when you want content to go out into your social media channels, and then you just fill up your buffer, and it just posts those out at the times you've pre-selected. So what Q does is it actually does that process for you. So it's the people there finding content that you want to post out, or you'll be relevant to your audience, and they just feed that into your Buffer account, and it goes out at your predetermined scheduled times. So if I just if I log in quickly, you can see how Q works. This is my Q account. So when you register, you have to connect your Buffer account at that point. And you can see here, let me just bring this over slightly so you can see it better. You can see here how I have a whole lot of scheduled posts that are going out. So there's one here about WordPress, how to optimize WordPress websites, 3 questions to help your brand overcome channel conflict, 5 qualities of relevant influencers for marketing outreach. So these are all bang on relevant for my followers, and I can choose the categories that I want to want to be processed, and you can see you've got everything from advertising industry, AdWords. Actually, that might be a relevant one to add in. I've hit my limit, so I can't. Bitcoin or boating. Also got strategy, carpentry, all kinds of stuff. Motorbikes, coffee, and so on. So you just pick the type of content you want to be curated, and Q does the rest. It just pumps that out through your social media channels. Now, the reason Q is free is because if you're a publisher of content, you can also use Q to market your content via these channels. So we've started using it to promote some of our blog posts on our website, and I have to say it's been very impressive so far. You get it's not an instant massive hit of traffic. What you get is a month-long drip feed of your post being shared out across all the Q users who are using the free service. So it's a very clever way of promoting content, and also finding content to curate as well. So those are my five tips for finding curated content to keep your social media channels buzzing.